was one of those kids who, if you asked me at 5 years old what I wanted to be, I would have told you soldier. In the army, we're all brothers, largely speaking. I would never take, if you're a soldier, I would never take what's yours and you would never take what's mine. If you went down, I'm going to shout out, man down, and we're going to come around and help you. That wasn't what I saw in Civvy Street. Civvy Street, it was like, no one calls out man down. Someone's about to lose their home or lose their job. So what? There's not that camaraderie in Civvy Street. But what happened for me was my divorce. I left the army in November 2001, and by the summer of 2002, my wife had left me. The pain of actually losing my sons was so great. It was just filled with loneliness, really, and anger, and despondency, really. I started using crack cocaine. We think that the time we spent in the army is all great and society is going to be reciprocal to us, and everywhere we go it's going to be, yeah, look, I'm an ex-soldier, help me, it's going to work out, it's all right, I've done my bit, now you do your bit for me. The people that I came into contact with were anti-forces. And they thought I was around the world killing people, wickedly, wanting to kill people. It was bad. So when I knew I was going to be evicted, it was very frightening. But because I was using crack, I didn't really have the ability to perhaps, look through the local paper and try and rent a bedsit. I could smoke £400 money of crack in a sort of a 2-3 day period, not sleeping, not eating, just constant crack use. When you're on the streets, you have to be on form constantly. You can't have a bad day when you're not feeling well. Your ankles hurts you or your back hurts you. You're going to stay in bed all day. You got to be, it's like wolf pack mentality. In Brixton, around the crack scene, as a man, you can become the victim of a sexual assault as easily and in precisely the same way that a woman can. I had drifted into West London by taking meaningless, unpaid-for train journeys, which started off at Brixton Tube Station, jumping over the barriers. Nobody was going to stop me and ask me where my ticket was. They would take one look at me and better to let him go, sort of thing. So I was able to travel around the tube system without paying. Nobody was going to approach me. I was walking but going nowhere. It was like, if you read the Bible and they tell you how eternal life goes on and on and on, that's how it felt. I was just walking, and that to me told me that mental illness was coming for me now. I walked up to the police station and I smashed the window of a car outside the police station, and I went in and said, wait, that car out there, I've just smashed it up. And what happened, there was a custody sergeant who was booking me in, and I had my military medals in my pocket, which is the only possession that I owned. I didn't have a mobile phone, nothing, just an old dirty army smock and my military medals in my pocket. So when I was being searched, they got plonked on the desk, and the sergeant said, oh, where have you nicked those from? So I said, no, they're not stolen, they're mine. And he said, well, what did you get them for? And I said, well, that one's Northern Ireland and that one is for long service in Northern Ireland. At that point, he actually got up off his chair and disappeared, came back about 10 or 20 seconds later. It was obvious to me that he'd actually been crying. So we went to court, they bound me over to keep the peace, and then the solicitor actually took me to Buckingham Palace Road, which is quite unprecedented behaviour. And solicitors don't do that sort of thing. Once it's all over, they go, you go. These guys actually gave me a lift in the car to the VA. That's where everything good started happening from there to this day. When I walked into the VA's office and got upstairs, instantly I recognised the place. I recognised the surroundings. There were pictures on the wall of military medals and badges of rank and insignia. I met Wing Commander Milroy. The sense of humour that we shared in the army was there straight away. The VA, the Veterans Aid, they kitted me out with fresh, clean clothes, which were desperately needed, £15 in cash, a travel card, and what I refer to as orders was something that I recognised from the army. I received orders to report to New Belvedere House, and because it was given to me and I received it as an order, it meant that I couldn't break away from that. You know, I weren't gonna use that £15 and go and buy crack. I couldn't. I'd just been given an order by a wing commander. It was life that I understood. Not even wild horses could have stopped me from reporting to Belvedere House. You know, it was absolutely great. I met Pat O'Connor, MBE, who showed me my room 39, and she actually made my bed for me, which I tried to stop. I said, look, I'm a fully grown man, you're not going to make my bed, but she made my bed. They know the problems that we're presenting, that they know that we're arriving there as alcoholics, as drug users, as men who have the ability to be violent. They know these things. I remember knowing full well that I was safe now. I was home now. It's all over. It's all over. I survived it. The Veterans Aid is saving people's lives. The fact that I'm alive today proves this. And this isn't crass or me trying to butter up or anything. We're arriving at the Veterans Aid on death's door. If it wasn't for the Veterans Aid, I really I can't even really see that far if it wasn't for the Veterans Aid. I just don't know. I really don't know.